Hey, we're back at the top again today with the final Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. If you are hyped for this final battle, go ahead and show your love on the like button by dropping one from the top, because without your support, we cannot reach the top. Now, we are up against AstroidMania, and his YouTube links will be in the description below. I don't know why he has two. Maybe it's because he's that awesome, but the team I'm bringing is a combination of the top 6 X and Y and Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Pokemon. We have 3 of each. We have, from X and Y, Static Major, the Mega Manectric, Sia, the Chandelure, and Lilymon the Roserade, part of the Duo Core, by the way. And then from Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, we have Puppetmon the Hydreigon, Asteroid the Jirachi, no relation to Asteroid, of course. And then, of course, we have Equinox the Weavile. Now, what he is going to be bringing is, I believe he said it was his favorite Generation 6 Pokemon. I could confirm that, but you'd hear my desk moving around, and that wouldn't be very entertaining. So, he's got Heliolisk, Talonflame, Sylveon, Go-Goat, Klefki, and Barbaracle. So, we're going to hop into the match, and how fitting that we have Generation 4's music, though. One of my favorite generations. Not my favorite, but one of my favorite. But I lead off with Static Major. It's kind of predictable now that I lead off with electric types. I try not to, but really, if that's my best bet, then probably. But I'm thinking, oh yeah, I can totally flamethrower this thing. I could totally flamethrower this thing. And then I realized I don't have flamethrower still. I still have Signal Beam. Yeah, Signal Beam. That'll not do me any good. Apologies if you hear me drinking water. As you can tell, my voice is still not fully back. Unfortunately, I get a critical hit on my Volt Switch through the light screen, but if the light screen wasn't up, I'm pretty sure that crit would have knocked him out. Actually, I'm not sure if crits hit through light screens and if they ignore them, kind of like the stat changes or not. I don't know. But I make the middle ground play and go for the Shadow Ball. But since the light screen's up, that's going to do diddly squat. So I can't really say I want to stay in here, because I don't really want to take a Psychic or something. But no, it reveals Shadow Ball. I thought Psychic was coming. I predicted wrong. I activated his trap card. It's not good, okay? It's not! So hopefully I can not sound like a cheese grater. Like, no, not sound like a cheese grater, but hopefully I do not sound like I inhaled a cheese grater for the longest time. I'm really hoping that's not the case. But he actually pulls out a double. Probably because he predicted... Well, that's not a double switch. He switched out on my double. Because he probably thought I was Scarf Ironhead, but I don't have that. But I just go for the knockoff because I know I'm faster, and somehow that annihilates his Heliolisk, knocking off his Life Orb. I've never seen that before, but that is absolutely crazy. I thought about going for low kick, like I'm gonna go for this on this Barbaracle here, and Equinox. It's almost we passed the Equinox, but it's time for the Equinox, and I low kick this thing, doesn't kill, goes to the Shell Smash, and now I'm actually in some trouble. I am actually very in some trouble. I don't really need Weavile for a lot of things anymore, so. Yeah, he also has the White Herb too, so I'm hoping this Ice Shard knocks it out. I'm feeling it. I'm not Shulk, so I can't feel it. That's the unfortunate thing. And now I'm in some trouble. I could survive without Weavile. I'd miss his what do I even call that? I'd miss his, shoot, I can't think of anything. Oh, Priority. I don't know why I botched that. But I go into Static Major to intimidate him, jump back out. I go into Puppetmon because, I mean, Puppetmon is kind of useful at this point, but not really also because he has 2 fairy types. But I know I resist the water type move, and especially if he has a rock type move, that's going to be even worse. I probably won't survive that, so let's hope we can survive the Stone Edge and then knock this thing up. But he doesn't actually go for Stone Edge. Maybe he might not have it. He actually goes for Poison Jab, which is a little bit strange. I am able to avoid disaster by dropping it via a Dark Pulse, because I didn't want him to switch into... Why would he switch into that after using his White Herb? I don't know, but he goes back into Klefki, and the least thing I wanted to do was to at least paralyze this thing, because I know he's not going to attack me. I know. So, Pardon me for a second. Clearing my throat, you know, because I'm still sick, but I do paralyze the Klefki here, which is actually going to be great later on. So now I'm going to switch out, because, like I said, it's fairy type. The Hydreigon's Achilles heel is fairy type. So I'm going to switch back in Astrid against Asteroid, pardon, and his Klefki gets paralyzed. So now I'm thinking, ooh, great, this is my perfect time that I can heal up my Jirachi. It'll all be great. We might be a little bit stally in this position, but... And then he goes for foul play, and I'm... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no! Living on 25. So I'm thinking... Okay, so things aren't very good right now. Things really aren't very good right now. And I got lucky right there. Plain and simple. Because I just wanted to set up a Doom Desire. I don't know what he was going to go for right there, because he was going for a status move. So he couldn't... I wouldn't have been knocked out right there. But I'm able to get my wish back on Astrid, and I set up a Doom Desire. And he was going for Spike, so something tells me that he does not have a fairy move, which is kind of good to know. But I'm going to go ahead and set up another wish, and then I'm going to U-turn out, because that's the whole point of this thing. Jirachi is the glue. Well, at least this Jirachi is the glue for most of my teams that he's on, which is actually very cool. But he sends in Talonflame here as I U-turn, which is a smart move for him too, because Talonflame does resist the Doom Desire attack. So I'm trying not to cough so much, or clear my throat so much, because my voice does get a little bit messed up. So I bring in Static Major to intimidate the Talonflame, and of course he is going to be hit by the Doom Desire, but it's not going to do that much. Not in the slightest, but I do get a free Volt Switch because he does not have any ground type Pokemon. I'm gonna get my HP all the way back up, so that's gonna be pretty nice. But he's forced to switch and go into Go-Go here. I do pull the Volt Switch, and I go out, and now I'm thinking, what would I go into? If I go into Chandelure, that'll force out the Sylveon again. Just plain up and simple. So I'm thinking, you know what? I can go into Lilymon. That way, you're not forced to do anything. Like you're kind of stuck in here. You're just stuck in here with this guy, because you can't go into the you can't go into Sylveon. You're a little bit more or less inclined to go into the Talonflame, and I forgot the light screen was up, and that allows him to get a free bulk up because the light screen is up. I do snag the poison, which I mean theoretically isn't gonna matter because it's not a toxic poison. And all that does will just cancel out the toxic. No, excuse me, it's not toxic poison. It's just poison. But unfortunately for him, the light screen's gonna wear off. He has no switch, well, except Klefki. But I guess he didn't want to. And he thought he could live at that point. And then I'd knock out the Go-Go because there's no light screen. But in comes Klefki. I do have Hidden Power Fire for this thing. But I want to put him in a false sense of security. So I'm going to try to sack off Puppetmon and trying to bait the fact that he might have a fairy move still. All we've seen is Foul Play, Spikes, and Light Screen. That's about it. I mean, he could have Reflect, but he hasn't used it yet. But now he withdraws the Klefki. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Bringing in the Sylveon, which I'm fine with, because, I mean, at this point, this Hydreigon doesn't really have any use for me anymore. Not really anymore, at least. So I'm just going to be, after Dark Pulsing the Sylveon, I'm going to drop to a Hyper Voice. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen, because he does flinch, so nothing I can really do about that. But Puppetmon is going to get back to triple digits on the HP, because you know me, and how I like to be in the green, and how I like green, you know. But unfortunately, I can't get the flinch again, and Hyper Voice is going to annihilate Puppetmon. Thank you for your services, Puppetmon, in Generation 6. I commend you. But out comes Lilymon. I'm thinking, oh yeah, here we go, here we go. This is how we do, this is how we do. Just drop a Sludge Bomb, everything's gonna be great, everything's gonna be fine and dandy. I'm gonna eat more cheese graters, and it's gonna mess up my throat some more! But no, he actually throws in Klefki here. On my Sludge Bomb, like I said, false senses of security. That's our goal here. We're going to bring in Sia. I don't think it's going to go for Foul Play. Not at all. Actually sets up a second layer of spikes. So that makes things a little bit more tougher for me for switching out, because now basically he has Stealth Rocks up. But he actually brings in the Talonflame, predicting my Heat Wave. It doesn't really matter in the end, though, because he does dodge it. And of course now I have to switch out into Asteroid here to take the Brave Bird, because, I mean, there's no way he goes for the Flame, Flare Blitz, but in the end, he actually goes for U-turn, crits me on the U-turn, and that's about it, and he goes right back out into Klefki. But this is actually kind of good for me, because this is, like I said, Jirachi's my glue, Jirachi's my stopgap, Jirachi's my rock to this team. But he sets up the light screen. Now, is that my phone vibrating left and right? Like, really? And I set up another Doom Desire. Okay, so he now pulls out the switch into Sylveon. Sorry about that. And as I go for the Psychic. Now, the whole, like, if you have not seen what this Jirachi can do, it's basically the glue to this team, like I've said. Sets up wishes and U-turns out. And then Doom Desire has to put the timer in the back of their head. While also Psychic using the Serene Grace to lower their special defense, so Doom Desire hits harder. But because he's switching into the Sylveon, this Doom Desire is actually going to take out the Sylveon. Had that light screen, I believe. Was the light screen up? I'm not quite sure. Sylveon's a defensive monster on the special side, so I wouldn't be surprised. But I go into Static Major because I know I'm faster. I can easily get this Volt Switch off. It'll all be great. And Volt Switch will take out the Sylveon. And yeah, so Sylveon's gone. Unfortunately, Jirachi's gone as well, but I can go into Sia here because it's honestly my best bet. If I bring in Roserade, Talonflame comes out. Like, he actually has nothing that can stop my Chandelure here, but he has to hope that this one-shots, and it does. Rats, rats, rats. So even with a Choice Scarf, this Chandelure can't really do much. So Sia, you swung on a Chandelure for the last time. I thank you for your services in the Duo Core, but I can bring in Static Major here, intimidate this Talonflame, and then Volt Switch right back out, because Volt Switch is a great thing to use, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. And he brings in the Klefki, and Volt Switch will most likely take out the Klefki. I thought, you know, that he might want to save it, because I'm down to just Roserade and Manectric. And if he takes out my Manectric, I can do stuff. But this is at the point where he probably thinks he has the game won. Because of that false sense of security, he thought I was going to Volt Switch. And then Roserade being my last Pokemon, other than Manectric, he could just finish off my last Pokemon. But nope, Hidden Power Fire in the back pocket the entire time. Here comes Talonflame, and he actually stays in. Or rather, he doesn't go for the... He doesn't go for the Brave Bird, telling me that he is actually going to be a banded Talonflame. So that is kind of crazy to know, because he couldn't lock himself into Brave Bird, because Brave Bird would be resisted on Static Major. So he had to do that. But the question is, at this point, it's not even going to matter, though. Because one Volt Switch will finish things off. And that is a good game, Asteroid. GG, no joke. Rip up with the flow. But at least we got one more win with the last Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. If you did enjoy, go ahead and show some love on the like button by dropping one from the top. Because without your support, we cannot reach the top. And don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter for Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battles. I'll be looking for them on Saturday evening, the 19th, and I'll be posting 3 all next week. So with that, I thank you for your time in Generation 6, and I hope to catch you back at the top in Generation 7, because that is how you do what. Doom! It's the giant meteor that we all voted for! Just end it already. Scatter them remains! Now you know